Hello, I'm Neil Screeton, owner of Screeton's Limited Chartered Accountants. In the 2013 budget, the Chancellor announced something called the cash basis for smaller businesses. Now, what this basically meant was that businesses could base their accounts on the income they had received in the year and the payments that they had actually made, rather than including debtors and creditors. This was aimed at simplifying the accounting and tax process for smaller businesses. I'm going to give a very brief overview of it because in fact it's a very complicated new system. There are some basic points to it. Only certain businesses will qualify. That is unincorporated businesses, i.e. you can't do it if you're a limited company, only as sole trader or a partnership. You can't do it if you're a Lloyd's name. You can't do it if you're a partnership that has a corporate partner. And you can't do it if you've used the averaging basis. So really it's out for people like farmers who use averaging of profits. There are certain criteria you must meet in order to do it. You must elect to use the cash basis. You do this on the tax return. Your cash receipts for the year in question must be less than the relevant maximum. Now, broadly speaking, this is the VAT threshold of £79,000 currently. There are some slight variations to this, but generally speaking, it's the VAT threshold, £79,000. So if your cash receipts in the year are more than this, you cannot use the cash basis. Now what it means is, as opposed to having to work out all of your expenditure, whether you've actually paid it or not, and all of your income, whether you've received it or not, and stocks, you can simply work out how much cash you received and how much you spent. Now, this should, in theory, simplify things. Couple of points to note. One way in which Revenue and Customs are trying to simplify the process for businesses is by letting them deduct a fixed amount for certain expenses rather than actual costs incurred. This is the case for business mileage, it's the case for use of home as office, and it's the case of disallowing an amount for private use of a business premises, i.e. if you live above a pub. There are certain levels and thresholds for this, which will be revealed later by Revenue and Customs. Please note that for other expenses, this doesn't mean that you don't need to keep receipts. Keeping receipts is still a key part of your record keeping, so that's important to note. Also note that if you're claiming motor expenses on the mileage basis, you can't do it if you've ever claimed capital allowances on your vehicle. With regards to VAT, doesn't change the way that you account for VAT. However, you have got the option of putting VAT inclusive figures in your accounts. If you're doing this, you must remember to include your VAT payments as an expense. That's quite a big change from the standard way of accounting. Finally, couple of disadvantages to it are that once you've started on the cash basis, you cannot change back to the standard accounting method unless there is a change of circumstances which makes it more accurate to do so. And the other thing is that using the cash basis, you cannot have any sideways loss relief, i.e. if you're employed as well, you can't offset a loss from your business against employment income in the same year. Now, as I say, this is quite a long piece of legislation. That was only a very brief overview. If you have any questions on the cash basis for smaller businesses, please give us a call 01827 715 264 or email us at info@screetons.co.uk. Thank you.